it's really there, right? So I have 3% on servicing costs.
Yeah.
This is net of collection fees, 1%, right? So servicing cost net of collection fees is 2%.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's 1.4% to be specific. But anyway, so that's what it is. And marketing is 1%, right? Even if I cut the marketing by half, that's like 50 bips, right? So that's not, and I need to cut 2% in order to compensate for.
Yeah, but you're going to get 1%. I would have thought out of the operational scale. You will, because don't forget, when I talk about operational scale, you're negotiating better pricing with the players like Equifax and the credit agencies, and with the your servicing costs and that type of thing. Generally, in terms of the bureau management, because you're able to multi-skill, across multiple areas, and closed book management definitely has benefits. I would have thought you'd have got 1% out of that area.
Yeah. So then I can, eventually when I stop growing, then my risk-adjusted margin should improve as well, right? Because I don't have this book anymore. But that's, but this is, I think that now this is a very distant future, right? Because if they need to grow so much to compensate for, first of all, they need to be more competitive, and second, they need to grow very fast, right? So they will get all the negative of competition and no positive of slow growth, because the growth will be fast.
Yeah, no, definitely they've got challenges, but there is the potential to grow, particularly in near prime, and they are experts at near prime. So I do think they will now really ramp up the growth rapidly, because they now have a certain regulatory landscape. But you're right, there is some strategic questions as to how they're going to do this and over what timeline. But I think a year to 2 years to IPO is very aggressive.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. I think that, once they, because essentially what you're saying is that if Debenhams goes bust, then then effectively this is the end of the co-brand.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. So
it's a severe problem. I don't know whether it's the end of it, but it's certainly going to be a very, very more materially reduced opportunity in the long term.
Right. And again, when I say Debenhams, it's really all of the other partners have the same problems, right? It's just Debenhams is big, but it's not like anyone else is doing like House of Fraser, as I said. It's
and Arcadia, Philip Green and that empire, they're all doing pretty badly as well. None of that, as I said, the whole high street model has completely changed in the last few years. And a lot of them have legacy, business models that are not relevant to a lot of consumers anymore.
But when the company tells us, because obviously the answer is, don't worry, we're going to convert. Well, obviously transactional people we will let go, and we will convert the other, the income generating customers into our own customers. So essentially, what they are saying is that not all, but most of these people from co-brand will just move into their own brand. That's really the bottom line.
Yeah, I know. I can see, but that's easier said than done.
I would think so, but is it out of this 20-30% people who actually generate income? How many of them, or what percentage do you think you can actually migrate into own brand? Maybe it's zero, but
I think it's low. I would have thought that it's probably only 20-30% of that 20 to 30%. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
That basically, have the right characteristics. I don't think it would be a huge proportion of that group.
Although that would be 20 to 30% of the book, right? Because those 70 to 80% of transactional clients, they generate almost no books, right? So
yeah.